Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and I will be hosting this show today. Floyd BOEHM has the day off. We are anxiously awaiting our special guest, Catherine Grant, who's joining us from the United Kingdom, I believe. And until she gets here, I thought this would be a great time to just review some of the exciting things that we have here at USA Global TV and Radio for you authors and wannabe authors, soon to be authors. First of all, we have this show, The Corner Bookstore, and you can see here on the shelf behind me, beside me, right here, you can see some of Floyd BOEHM's books. You can see one of our books here, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, and we'd love to have your books on our bookshelf as well. So if you'd like to be a guest on this show or books, blogs, and poetry show, please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com/book your session. So I've been very busy with my team publishing some new books, and I just wanted to walk you through some of them in case you're not familiar. And also, by the way, if you are interested in having a signed copy of any of my books, you can go ahead and send an email your request to books@drjacalyn.com. All right, we're going to start off with our children's book series, which is The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. Now, there's obviously green in this cover, so that's why you can't see it. But this book series features Lady Ella, the ladybug, who has very unique listening skills. She can listen at an elevated level. And she's been called in by Mother Earth to travel around the world. In our next book, she's actually going to be in outer space to help creatures, animals, learn how to listen at an elevated level. So each book not only provides listening skills, but features animal characters. And these animal characters represent real people who took the Power of Listening course that I created. And here, for example, is the red ibis, which is Red O'Loughlin. And you can read about Red here. You can find Red's contact information and you can connect. So these books are not just a labor of love. In addition to having true value and meaning by presenting listening skills, they're also products of our team, people who have made a commitment to learn how to listen and then are featured on the book and in the book. And of course, the main character in this particular book is Tara the White Owl, and that's Caroline Heward. So you can learn more about Caroline in this book as well. Let's see if I can pull up her bio quickly. Here she is. So Caroline Heward is one of our team members here. She's the Harley Street stress expert, and she is the White Owl Tara. So in this particular book, the first one, Lady Ella travels to Gentle Farm. And on the farm, there are farm animals, and then there's a fence. And the other side of the fence are the forest animals. And the forest animals and the farm animals are not able to communicate. So Lady Ella flies in and helps them learn how to communicate with each other. So that's the first book in the series. And that's also the name of the series. The second book in the series is Lady Ella's ABCs of Listening. And again, there's green in the covers, but there's different animal characters here in this book. And then, of course, Lady Ella is flying in. So she leaves Gentle Farm and she goes to the School of Joy. And at the School of Joy, there is a talent show that's going to take place. And Crystal the butterfly is the teacher, and she's going to work with the animals to help them get ready for their talent show. What's really unique about this particular book is that it also includes a song, sheet music that you can play on the piano. And we have this sheet music here along with the words. So here are the words if you want to sing along. And then, of course, we have the actual music itself, which I will find somewhere in here. And then I will show you when I find it. And we also made a music video out of it so that people can really sing along. Children and their families can learn the words. And so here's the sheet music, Listening Lazies. And I'm going to actually play the Listening Lazies clip. Let's take a look and feel free to sing along. We love when people get involved, and this is a great way to share the power of listening with your children, with your family, and with each other. Here we go, Listening Lazies.
When we speak, we don't hear. It's abundantly clear. Listening lazy creeping, and nobody's gonna win. Look someone in the eye. If you don't, they surely will cry. You don't hear a word I say, 'cause you always look straight away. Listening lazies, drive people crazy. Listening lazies, making us blue. Listening lazies, communication goes hazy. Listening lazies, listening lazies. Da 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 da. Listening lazies, drive people crazy. Listening lazies, making us blue. Listening lazies, communication goes hazy. Listening lazies, listening lazies. When you interrupt your friend, you will surely have to make amends. Lady Ella knows the way to help you listen better every day. And what's that?
It's listening lazy.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Listening lazies, drive people crazy. Listening lazies, making us blue. Listening lazies, communication goes hazy. Listening lazies, listening lazies. Listening lazies, drive people crazy. Listening lazies, making us blue. Listening lazies, communication goes hazy. Listening lazies, listening lazies, listening lazies.
Thank you very much to La La Music and also to Dr. Madeline Chan and Mariska Dupria. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about the book series, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. Lady Ella is the listening mentor here on the back. She's a special ladybug with elevated listening skills. So she leaves Gentle Farm and she goes to the School of Joy. And then she leaves the School of Joy and she goes to have afternoon tea in London, where she finds more animal characters. See her flying in here. She flies in and they're having some issues at their afternoon tea. So Lady Ella works with them to learn how to listen and also to learn good manners and good etiquette. And we partnered with the British School of Excellence on this so we could understand what are etiquette and manners when it comes to afternoon tea. So each of these books in the series not only has solutions for deeper connections, better relationships, and more authentic conversations, it also has a message about life. So you learn life skills in here as well. So after Lady Ella leaves Gentle Farm and she goes to the School of Joy, and then she goes to have afternoon tea in London, she then goes to the ocean because Mother Earth has called her and said that the ocean is crying because the ocean is polluted. Of course, we've got green in here as well, which is why you can't see. So Lady Ella flies in, and she's now helping the sea creatures and the mermaid learn how to listen at an elevated level. And in this particular book, the lesson is all about ocean pollution and how we can do something, our part, to make sure we're not polluting the ocean. So after she leaves here and does her work here, she goes to the Baobab National Game Park in Africa. And this is our latest book. This just came out. And this book is truly special because Lady Ella is a real person, and there she is. So all the books are dedicated to my great niece Ella, and there's a picture of her at a dedication in each of the books. So Lady Ella, the listening mentor, she is now getting ready to travel. So she's left the ocean and she's going to go to Africa, and she's going to travel on Seagull Airlines. So you see the seagull there, and she's got her nightshades on, and Seagull Airlines is going to take her to the Baobab Game Park, where she's going to meet with the park rangers, and the park rangers have a beautiful dog, and the dog wants to be able to connect with all of the inhabitants of the game park. So Lady Ella helps all the animals learn how to listen. And of course, as I mentioned in the other books, all of the animals in the books represent real people. So here we have Mimi the elephant, and that represents Janetta Barry. And Janetta Barry has a big event coming up, World Jenny's Day. You can learn more by going to her website, worldjennysday.com. So please do consider picking up the book series to help you and your families learn how to listen at an elevated level. There's some beautiful illustrations in these. You can go over to Amazon. You can go to our website, which is drjacalyn.com. You can go to usaglobaltv.com, and you can purchase your books there. And again, if you would like to have a signed copy of any of the books, you can send an email with your request to books@drjacalyn.com, and we'll give you more information about how to do that. All right, so let's move on to some of our other books. These two books also just came out, and these books came out on the 21st of this month. So this is my baby. This is Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. This is Solutions for Deeper Connections, Better Relationships, and More Authentic Conversations. So what do you get in this book? I feel every school should have a copy of this book. Every person should have a copy of this book electronically or in paperback. There are 2 quizzes in this book. The first quiz is a pre-assessment of your listening skills. So how well are you really listening? And I hear people say all the time, I'm a great listener. And then I have a conversation with them, and I notice that they are doing some of the behavioral traits, the mistakes that we make when we're not actually present. And of course, there's no judgment about that. It's just the reality of it. That's what I do. I listen to people all day, every day. And there are ways that we can work individually and together to become better listeners. So you've got the pre-assessment quiz in this book, and then you also have the final quiz at the end to test your knowledge. There are also case studies and testimonials included in this book to help you be a better listener. And again, for solutions on how to have better relationships, deeper connections, and more authentic conversations. So you can pick up a copy of this book over on Amazon or on our website, drjacalyn.com or usaglobaltv.com. This book also just came out, Blonde, Sexy, and Hot as Shiites, Beauty, Brains, and Ulcerative Colitis. This is a way for me to share my story of living with an incurable chronic disease, which is ulcerative colitis. I think I'm celebrating 33 years with this disease. And in this book, you'll find illustrations, and you'll also find information. Here's an illustration here of when I was at the doctor's office with my mother, and the doctor was giving me the diagnosis. And so there's some references here, some resources here, and it's also a fun story, I think, for something that's very serious. So for anybody who wants to learn more about me, anybody who's interested in learning more about ulcerative colitis, or again, my story, pick up a copy of this book over on Amazon or on our websites, drjacalyn.com or usaglobaltv.com. And the very first book that I wrote is Behind the Green Screen. This is an insight into how I was able to leave my corporate career during the pandemic and start this platform, which was strictly on the radio when we began. And of course, now we went from one show, we've got 41 different shows. So this is more information again about me and my journey. And it's also information about what to do if you want to start your own platform. There are over 5 million podcasts. Of course, we are a live streaming broadcast platform. There is a difference between that and just and a podcast platform, but both are great. They have their benefits. So this book will give you tips on what it is that I did, how I did it, and then also some stories about my life in corporate. And then finally, we have this book, which is Adversity to Awesome. This is a compilation of my story in the first chapter, as well as other people's stories about how they overcame some really unimaginable things to become very successful. So there's hope and inspiration in this book. And I just want to thank all the people who shared their stories and came forth to inspire others. So again, you can pick this up over on Amazon. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you would like to share your story, if you're an author, if you are someone who's writing, please do reach out. We'd love to help you. We'd love to connect with you. We'd love to have you work with our book coach, Mr. Red O'Laughlin, and get your content out there. So thanks for being here again today. Look forward to seeing you next time. And we want to thank Diane Floyd BOEHM, who again has the day off, but she's also a sponsor here. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm children's author Diane Floyd BOEHM, and I am co-host for several of the USA Global TV and radio shows. I joined because of the purpose of the USA Global TV and radio. They provide content for the viewers and listeners, an opportunity for people around the world to have their own show or even be a guest on an existing show. We truly believe in helping others get their positive message out to the world. We also have the opportunity for the listeners. You can watch on several platforms, and on YouTube, you can ask questions and even give a comment. We absolutely love it. I love being part of the USA Global TV and radio because I love positive messages, and who doesn't? And we need more of that in the world. We are a family, and we hope you will join us and become part of the family too.